Welcome into John Alexander Gymnasium for tonight's district opener on JISD Live. I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005.
And I'm Ryan Travis, class of 2014.
I'm going to try to do a better job speaking tonight than I've started off, so bear with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and gentlemen remove your hats as we honor America with the playing and singing of our national anthem.
The bass is booming tonight.
Yes, it is. Once again, thank you for joining us on JISD Live. Tonight's game pits Jacksonville against the visiting Lufkin Lady Panthers.
Starting at forward, a 5'8" and senior number 1, Alaya Maxi. Starting at another guard, 5'6" and senior number 2, Kennedy Maxi. Starting at guard, a 5'5" junior number 5, Mallory Pinner. Starting at forward, a 5'9" junior number 12, Akira Smallwood. And starting at guard, a 5'10" sophomore number 23, Mariah Maidens. The Lady Panthers were coached by Mr. Sadeo Lamb, assisted by Cassie Jones and Miranda Shepard.
Well, at least one of those starters we do not have on our roster, but I'm guessing we will have all of the starters on our Jacksonville roster.
Starting at forward, a 5'8" senior number 1, Kaya Cox. Starting at guard, a 5'2" senior number 2, Kaylee Boyd. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior number 3, Elijah Butler. Starting at guard, a 6'1" junior number 5, Tia Fuller.
And your starters for Jacksonville, Kaya Cox, Kaylee Boyd, Tronijah Butler, and Tia Fuller. And Kiki Robertson. If those names sound familiar to you, that would be because Jacksonville returns all 5 starters from last year's team. Huge amount of experience coming back for this Jacksonville Maidens team. This Jacksonville Maidens team that has started off the season 3-0 after wins against Lindale, Rains, and Mineola. Huge amount of improvement over these last several seasons under the direction of head coach Suresh Schmidt, and the Maidens look to start their 24-25 5A district campaign with a big win tonight over the Lufkin Panthers.
Jacksonville has started their season 3-0, picking up wins against Lindale, Rains, and Mineola. And they are in a 5A district this year. They've moved back up to 5A, and this district includes Hallsville, Lufkin, Marshall, Mount Pleasant, Nacogdoches, Texas High, Tyler High, and White House. And we are starting district tonight. It is interesting how quickly the Maidens have gotten into districts.
Yeah, this is
less non-district games than our football team had. So,
very
quick start. Yeah.
As Jacksonville wins the tip, and Kaya Cox with the ball. Now cross-court pass to Butler, to Fuller, to Boyd, back to Kaya Cox. Three attempt, almost off the glass for Kaylee Boyd. Rebound taken by the Lady Panthers.
I believe they said number 2 for Lufkin. Last name is Maxey, so I would assume she's sister of number 1, Aaliyah Maxey. We do not have her on our roster, so apologies if we call the wrong name there at some point.
Aaliyah Maxey just scored underneath the bucket, so first points of the game go to the Lady Panthers, and that's Aaliyah Maxey. Jacksonville moving the ball around the three-point line. Kaylee Boyd gets the ball back for Jacksonville, and now Butler trying to get it inside, stolen by Lufkin. Lufkin pushing it ahead across half court.
Maxey able to find Smallwood. Here Smallwood trying to set up a play here for the Lady Panthers. Makes a move to her right.
Good
Puts
defense.
This one up, goes out of bounds. Lufkin ball.
Good defense from Tia Fuller. And Akira Smallwood averaging 12 and 10 on the season so far. So not easy to get a stop against, but good defense underneath the basket from Fuller for Jacksonville. Dribbled off of the foot for Mariah Mays, and Jacksonville takes over. Tia, other end, puts it up, gets it to fall. Jacksonville ties it up. Tia Fuller, great offense on the back of great defense for the Maidens.
Mariah Mays working the ball up the floor for the Lady Panthers. Now over to Maxey. Going to hand this one off to Mallory Pinner. Now inside for Aaliyah Maxey. She puts this one up and in. So she has all 4 points to start this game for Lufkin.
Yeah, not an easy shot there, but Maxey able to get it to fall in traffic. Now Jacksonville with the ball. Boyd thought about a three, now moved around. Butler puts it up off the rim. Rebound, Lady Panthers. Lufkin turns the corner. Great defense from Butler.
That one goes off the foot of Kiki Robertson out, so Lufkin will take over. Set to inbound. Number 2, Maxey for the Lady Panthers.
Maxey looking to get it in. Good defense from Jacksonville, but able to finally get it inside. Rebound and putback attempt from Aaliyah Maxey, no good. Jacksonville rebound and then fouled.
Foul is on number 12, Akira Smallwood, her first personal. First quarter keep on the line.
Haley Boyd set to inbound for the Maidens. Finds Kaya Cox.
That foul on Akira Smallwood. First foul of the game for either team.
Cox puts up the three. That one up and in. Maxey working the ball down the floor for the Lady Panthers. Going to hand this one off to Mariah Mays. Good defense there from Jacksonville. The Tia going to be called for the foul.
That was a number 5, Tia Fuller. Her first personal. First quarter keep on number 1.
Maxey inbounds this one for Mariah Mays. Tia Fuller on defense for Jacksonville. Mays gonna find Pinner to her right, makes a move, pulls up for three, and this one good for Mallory Pinner.
With the banked three-point shot, Mallory Pinner. So That gives Lufkin the lead. 7-5 is your score. 4.5 minutes remaining here in this first period. Cox cross-court pass to Butler. Now to Boyd. 3 no good. Rebound Robertson. Robertson fouled on the putback attempt. She'll go to the line.
Foul is on number 12, Akira Smallwood. Her second personal. First quarter team foul number 2.
And that's Akira Smallwood's second foul.
Kiki Robertson to the line, shooting 2. This one up off the back of the rim, no good. Second attempt from Kiki, up off the rim, no good. Rebound, Lufkin. Mays working the ball down the floor for the Lady Panthers quickly. Kind of loses the handle, able to regain it. Pinner now working inside, gonna flip this one out for Smallwood. Maxey for 3, that one off the rim. Kaylee Boyd gets the rebound for Jacksonville.
Boyd brings it across half court, now finds Butler, trying to get it inside to Robertson, but knocked away by Lufkin, taken again by Boyd. Now Butler over to Fuller.
Boyd able to find Kaya Cox, working inside, gets this one back out to Boyd for 3. That one off the rim, no good. Nija Butler gets the rebound, thought about taking a shot herself, finds Boyd, now over to Cox. Cross-court pass, finds a wide open to Nija Butler. That shot off the rim, rebound Lufkin. Pinner able to find Maxey, working against Kaylee Boyd. Pinner now going to put up the shot herself. That one off the rim, rebound Kiki.
Tia Fuller with the ball for Jacksonville, brings it across half court, now over to Boyd, to Kaya Cox, and now to Butler.
Nija for 3, that one off the rim. Tia gets the rebound for the Maidens, puts up a shot. That one off the rim, no good, gets her own rebound and the putback.
Tia Fuller strong under the glass, 4 points for Tia Fuller, tie ball game. 3 minutes remaining in the first period, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 7-7 is your score for Jacksonville. Tia Fuller with 4 points and Kaya Cox with 3.
Elia Maxey with 4 for the Lady Panthers. Mallory Pinner with 3.
Thank you. I somehow had 5 points written down for the Lady Panthers.
Happens.
I was unintentionally shorting Aaliyah Maxey some points there. I had her at 2, not 4, so I apologize. But all square now. 7-7 is your score as we come out of the timeout. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in this opening period. Lufkin with the ball.
Chloe Armstead working the ball down the floor for the Lady Panthers. Tia Fuller picks her up on defense, finds Pinner, guarded by Trunija Butler. Pinner able to find Maxey, now over the head of her teammate.
Butler bringing it ahead for Jacksonville across half court, picks up her dribble. Good defense from Lufkin as that's Smallwood with the steal, I believe. Yes, 13.
Yeah, Lisiara Smallwood showing some great hustle there, getting back, stealing that ball.
Now the Lady Panthers set to inbound.
Actually,
and
Lufkin going
timeout.
to take a timeout. So a couple quick timeouts there. Lufkin coach trying to get his girls set up so they can capitalize on their possessions here. It's been kind of a back and forth game so far, tied at 7. But both teams have had more opportunities to shoot than what the scoreboard is showing currently. There's been quite a few missed shots, so we've
Yeah, both teams
hoping to see a little more makes here.
Yeah, both
towards the
teams
end of this first
still kind of
quarter.
settling in. I mean,
It's still early in the season too.
Absolutely,
I mean, this
it's
is
fourth game of the season
yeah,
and
first district game.
Yeah, first big district game. I'm sure there's a lot of nerves out there. But these last two possessions, you saw a Lufkin team come down and then kind of a wild pass, trying to force it in the half court, and then Jacksonville out in transition. A Lufkin player able to knock the ball out. So just both teams trying to settle in, and I'm sure we'll see that as this game goes ahead. Lufkin trying to get the ball inside. Good defense from Jacksonville, trapped in the corner. Able to get a good pass in to Maxey.
This one over the backboard, going to go out. Jacksonville ball. Another kind of wild possession there after the timeout.
Yeah, Jacksonville putting a lot of pressure on defense on that possession, not giving up any easy entry passes. And Jacksonville now on offense. A cross-court pass from Butler, and now Boyd, open look, straight ahead three, no good. Kaya Cox fighting for a rebound, but the Lady Panthers get it out, and then Tia Fuller, what a play in transition defense, now turning it into offense. Kaya Cox with the ball. Tronija Butler, open look for three, puts it up, no good. Rebound Fuller. Fuller trying to get it to Robertson, stolen by the Lady Panthers. Chloe Armstead gets it inside, and Aaliyah Maxey with her 6th point of the game. See, didn't shorter that time.
Butler inside for Kiki, puts up the shot. This one off the rim, rebound goes to Lufkin. Pinner now working the ball up the floor for the Lady Panthers. Gonna pull up for the three. This one off the rim, rebound Smallwood. Kaya Cox gets a hand on that. Foul gonna be called against her. Kiki Robertson going to check out of the game. We're going to have Janisha Gray checking in for the Maidens.
Alciana Smallwood shooting 2.
First for Smallwood, up no good. Keeps your score 9-7 with 1:16 remaining here in this opening period. Second rims out. Kaya Cox with the rebound. Gets it over to Fuller. Fuller pushing it ahead. Gets past half court.
Cox able to find Butler. Now back for a wide open Kaya Cox. This shot off the mark. Fuller able to get it back in for Kaylee Boyd. Hard collision there. No foul called. They're going to say that goes out for a Lady Panther ball. Wow, that was
a lot of contact,
yeah,
no call.
A
Lufkin
lot
with
of
the ball,
contact. That was
bringing
a
it
collision.
Ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over. It was a collision. As Ananda Taylor with the ball for the Lady Panthers, but stolen by Butler. Butler, transition layup is good. Butler's first points of the night for Jacksonville tie it up. Now Lufkin trying to get it inside. Long pass, broken up, but kept by the Lady Panthers. That pass just wide, looking for Maxey. So Jacksonville with just under 24 seconds here in the first period. Inbounding the ball at the far end of the court. Boyd's going to bring it ahead for the Maidens. Gets it past half court. Under 20 seconds. Kaya Cox back to Boyd. Butler into the corner. Janisha Gray's three, no good. Tronija Butler ends up with it for Jacksonville. 8 seconds left. That shot up. No good. Rebound, Lufkin. Kaya Cox not giving up any ground in these waning seconds of the first period. And at the end of one, Jacksonville 9 and Lufkin 9.
And that score's a pretty good reflection of that first quarter, too. It was very back and forth. There were lots of, early mistakes in there. You'd like to see a little cleaner basketball than what we saw. I mean, there was a collision down here that I still can't believe was not called a foul. But, that's just the way things go. Sometimes referees call things, sometimes they don't. And, that's just how sports work most of the time.
Yeah, yeah, and it's been a physical game.
It has.
It's been a clean game. Don't get me wrong. It hasn't been
No,
wild
I mean that's
or anything like
that's
that.
the only one that so far that we're like, wow, that probably should have been a
for
foul.
sure. But I mean, it's like you said, it's been back and forth, and I mean the score reflects that. And both teams still trying to get in a groove, especially shooting from distance. We've had I think a 3 each from each team, but for the rest of the time, jump shots just not falling so far at John A. Gym. And we'll see if that turns around here as we get into the second period and both of these teams maybe settle in this first big district game between Jacksonville and Lufkin.
Yeah, only a couple of free throws. I'm not sure we had a made free throw in the first quarter, but there are only a couple free throws, so it's been, pretty low foul game. I mean, sometimes you see, like, first halves, like the fouls just start flying, but they have not been that way tonight.
Lady Panthers control it to start this second period. Maxey with the ball for Lufkin, turns the corner, now kicks it far side to Penner. Penner out, and Armstead 3, no good. Jacksonville will take over.
Kaylee Boyd set to inbound for the Maidens. Gets this one into Tia Fuller, hands it right back to her. Boyd working the ball down the floor now, finds Tunisia Butler. Butler, the move to the baseline, going to be fouled. That will give Jacksonville a chance to inbound. That foul going to go against Ananda Taylor.
Checking in for the Lufkin Panthers is number 3, Anaya Teal.
Kaylee Boyd set to inbound. This one over the head of Janisha Gray. Tia Fuller going to work her way back to pick this one up. Now working the ball down the floor. Good screen set there by Kaya Cox. Boyd 4-3 from the corner. That one off the rim and then off the top of the backboard. So Lufkin Lady Panther ball.
Maxey bringing it ahead for the Lady Panthers. She's going to be met by Kaylee Boyd. Armstead with the ball, but tied up after getting into the lane. Jump ball called. Jacksonville possession.
Maiden basketball on the alternating possession.
Kaylee Boyd inbounds. Ball handed back to her. Boyd finds Butler. Now back to Boyd, over to Cox. Butler trying to look inside. Pulls up for the 3 herself. This one off the rim. Rebound, Lufkin.
Armstead with the ball for the Lady Panthers. Into the corner. Open look for Anaya Teal. And that's good.
Boyd working the ball down the floor. Going to find Butler as Cox. Kaya Cox driving down the baseline. Puts this one up. That one off the rim. Rebound goes to Lufkin. Errant pass. Tia Fuller able to get the steal. Kaya Cox draws the foul for the Maidens.
And that foul going to go against Chloe Armstead.
That was on number 3, Chloe Armstead. Her first personal. Second quarter, team foul number 2.
Checking in now for the Maidens, Sakia Anderson. Janisha Gray making her way back off the floor. Inbound finds Fuller, working to her left. Makes a good move inside. Draws the foul. She will go to the line, shooting 2.
That foul's going to go against Maxey.
That was on number 13, LCR Small.
Take that back. Aliciara Smallwood with the foul. That's who they ended up calling it on.
First free throw from Tia Fuller off the rim, no good. Second free throw from Fuller is good. It's Tia Fuller now at 5 points on the night. Maxey working the ball down the floor for the Lady Panthers. Going to be picked up by Kaylee Boyd. Maxey able to get this one inside for Teal. Nia Teal makes a move, loses the handle on it. Tia Fuller gets the steal. Gets it down the floor to Kaya Cox, who lays it in.
Kaya Cox also at 5 points now. And Jacksonville with the lead.
I think this is the first lead Jacksonville's had so far tonight. Mariah Mays, cross-court pass for Anaya Teal, puts up the three. That one off the glass and in.
Anaya Teal with 5 quick points after subbing in. Tia Fuller fouled on the layup attempt, so she'll head to the line.
That was on number 13, LCRS Smallwood, her second personal. Second quarter team by number 4, Tia Fuller, shooting 2.
Aliciara Smallwood's second personal. Tia's first is up and in.
Lufkin is number 1, Aaliyah Maxey.
Second free throw from Tia Fuller is up and in as well. Maxey now working the ball down the floor for the Lady Panthers. Going to get this one over for Mariah Mays. Mays back inside to Teal, guarded by Kaya Cox. Looking inside. Anaya Teal going to be called for the travel.
Good defense there from Kaya Cox. Jacksonville with the ball now.
Kia Anderson inbounding to Tia Fuller. Fuller going to find Butler, now over to Boyd. Back to Trinija Butler. Finds Kaya Cox. Cox now over to Boyd. Kaya working inside, going to put this one up off the glass and in. Draws the foul and one opportunity for Kaya Cox.
Huge toughness from Kaya Cox, who's played through an ankle injury all year long. A significant ankle injury. A really commendable effort from her to play through that this year.
Free throw from Kaya is up and in.
17-14 is your score. Jacksonville with the 3-point lead. 4.5 minutes remaining here in this first half.
Great steal there from Kaya Cox, jumping in front of the pass. Puts up the shot. This one off the glass, rattles the rim. Kaylee Boyd gets the rebound and draws the foul.
Great defense there from Kaya Cox.
That was on number 0, Jaslyn O'Neal, her first personal. Kaylee Boyd, shooting 2.
First is up and good for Boyd. Her first point of the night. Second shot.
Kiki Robertson checking into the game for Kaya Cox.
Kaylee Boyd good on both attempts. 5-point lead for Jacksonville. Teal gets the ball inside to Maxey, and Maxey fouled on the shot attempt.
Jaslyn O'Neal also checked into the game just a moment ago for Lufkin.
Kia Anderson, her first personal. Second quarter team by number 1. Aaliyah Maxey, shooting 2.
First free throw from Maxey off the rim, no good. Second free throw from Maxey was off the rim as well, but she moved a little early, so Jacksonville takes over. No damage done from the free throw line Boyd able to find Butler. Now back over to Kaylee Boyd. Finds Butler inside for Kiki. Back out to Butler, who's open for three. And Trinasia Butler drains a three-pointer.
Really great back and forth action between Butler and Robertson there. Able to get the entry pass and then back out to Butler for an open look from three. Jacksonville, good defense under the net. Jump ball called. Lufkin will keep possession, but great defense from Jacksonville underneath the basket. Maxey set to inbound for the Lady Panthers. Gets it to Maxey, no good. Fuller. They're going to call that off of Tia Fuller.
Okay.
Interesting call. There's definitely contact that knocked that ball out. So,
yeah,
hard to follow the logic of, it seems like either that would be knocked out by Lufkin or forcible contact that caused the ball to go out of bounds. Either way, Lufkin ball, Jacksonville on defense. Great defense from Butler.
Mays
trapped in the corner.
Tia Fuller gets this one out to Teal. Goes up a moon shot. That one's short. Fuller gets the rebound quickly down the floor.
Jacksonville will keep possession. Knocked out, I think, by Maxey.
Checking back into the Lady Panthers is number 3, Chloe Armstead.
Chloe Armstead checks in for Lufkin for Jaslyn O'Neal. Butler with the ball for Jacksonville. Turns into the lane, now kicks it out. Anderson puts it up, no good. Jump ball called. Jacksonville ball.
Jacksonville basketball in the alternating possession.
Kaylee Boyd set to inbound. This one for the Maidens.
Long inbound to Fuller. Over to Butler. Butler pulls the trigger on a three. It's good. What a shot from Trinasia Butler. Jacksonville stretches this lead out to 11. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Jacksonville 25, Lufkin 14.
Yeah, scoring has really opened up here in the second quarter, especially for Jacksonville. This was a close game until about 2 minutes ago on the clock. Jacksonville has just poured it on. Yeah,
Jacksonville has so far scored 16 in this period to Lufkin's 5. We were tied 9-9 at the end of the first, and Jacksonville really opened it up here. So far, Kaya Cox with 8 points, Kaylee Boyd with 2, Trinasia Butler with 8, and Tia Fuller with 7 for Jacksonville.
Was it 9-9 or 7-7 at the end of the first?
I thought it was 9-9. Give me 1 second and I can verify.
For some reason, I was thinking it was 7-7. I don't know. It's not that important. The scoring has really opened up in the second quarter. There's still even a couple minutes left before halftime, which is plenty of time for Jacksonville to further extend this lead that they have built in the last couple minutes.
I just verified it was 9-9.
It was 9-9.
One of the rare times when I was right and you were wrong. We'll have to mark this day down.
I just remembered you saying I only had them down for 5.
Yes, yeah. I think that might have been right before the end of the first, and then we ended up with a couple more buckets each. But I just looked back on the stream, and the scoreboard at least said 9-9 at the end of the first.
I'll take your word for it. Maxey able to find Armstead. Armstead trying to knock this one off of Butler, able to come up with it, puts up the shot. That one's short. Rebound goes to Lufkin.
Maxey with the ball for the Lady Panthers, now hands it off. Mays.
Hard dribble there from Mays. Not sure how that went out of Jacksonville again, but
saying Kaylee Boyd touched that one as it was going out.
I don't know about that. Maxey inside.
Good rebound from Robertson. She brings it ahead, gets it ahead, looking for Fuller. Fuller puts it up, puts it in. Great play there from Kiki Robertson, able to get the rebound, get it out on the fast break, and then get the go-ahead pass to Tia Fuller. Lufkin moving the ball around. Mays with the ball for the Lady Panthers. Now over to Teal, guarded by Robertson, to Maxey, guarded by Boyd, back to Teal.
Oh. That one, no look pass there from Butler off the face of Kaylee Boyd. Quickly
Good
down
ball
the floor,
movement
though.
from
Kiki.
Jacksonville, cross court to Fuller, and then inside to Kiki Robertson. Beautiful play there for the Maidens. Lufkin with the ball. Maxey guarded by Boyd.
Armstead working against Butler inside for Mays. This one off the glass and in for Mariah Mays. Kaylee Boyd now with the ball for the Maidens.
1 minute remaining here in this first half. Butler three is up, no good. Fuller fighting for it. Anderson able to save it. Now Butler, Boyd, Robertson for three, no good. Rebound, Lufkin. Maxey with the ball for the Lady Panthers, over to Armstead, now to Mays. Mays puts it up off the top of the backboard. 34.3 seconds remaining here in this first half. Jacksonville with a 13-point lead.
Kaylee Boyd working the ball up the floor for the Maidens. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Butler over to Boyd. Cox, Butler, Boyd.
Jacksonville moving the ball around in these last seconds of the first half. Butler, no good. Rebound, Robertson puts it back up, no good. Rebound, Robertson puts it back up, and good. Kiki Robertson not to be denied. 2 offensive rebounds and the putback. Final shot of the first half is up off iron. So at the end of the first half, Jacksonville 31, Lufkin 16. A tie ball game after one. Jacksonville a sizable lead, 15 points here at halftime. That second period, Jacksonville just really turned it on.
Really just the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. I mean, it was really close there for most of the second quarter, and then Jacksonville just got on a roll, got hot. Trinaja Butler hit a couple good threes there that really kind of helped extend the lead. And then they've done some really good defense under the basket, getting some steals and then transitioning into some really good offense that's made some easy baskets that they were not getting earlier in the game. So it's really kind of opened up for the Maidens there towards the end of that second quarter. And they're going into halftime with almost twice the score of their opponent in the first half. So that's always a good sign when you're up by 15 and you've only allowed 16 points for your opponent in the first half.
Yeah, just a really impressive second period. We talked about at the end of the first, both teams looking like they kind of still were trying to settle in. This is the first district game for both of these teams, a huge game. And Jacksonville certainly looks like they've settled in so far after a second period that saw them take a 9-9 score after one to a halftime score of 31-16. And really good play from some familiar names for Jacksonville. Kaya Cox with 8 points, Kaylee Boyd with 2 points, Trinaja Butler with 8 points, Tia Fuller with 9 points, Kiki Robertson with 2 points. So the starters for Jacksonville.
Kiki has 4.
Kiki Robertson with 4 points. Thank you for keeping me on track there, bud. But yeah, Jacksonville starters really playing well, especially in that second period. We have both boys teams warming up as a reminder, this is a double header that we're bringing you tonight on JISD Live.
As are most weeks.
Sure, but it's worth reminding people. It's first time this year, new season. The varsity girls play, and then following that, we'll bring you your Jacksonville Fightin Indians versus the Hudson Hornets here from John Alexander Gymnasium. So
Yeah, after tonight, there's a pretty good break. We don't have another game here at John Alexander Gymnasium until December the 3rd, where both teams will take on Nacogdoches. I believe that's the district opener for the boys team. We've got the district opener tonight being played currently between Lufkin and Jacksonville. But the boys, I think because of football season and playoffs and everything, they'll typically start their district campaign a little later. And it's crazy. I mean, if you've got a team that's in the state championship, maybe a Texas High or somebody that's in our district, because, I mean, they could very well be in the state championship. That's a couple weeks after district starts for basketball. So, like, there's some teams that in our district that if they go far enough in the playoffs, they may not have some of their main guys until a couple games into district.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see that every year where you have teams that run into that. You know, it's not uncommon for football and basketball programs in the state of Texas to kind of share personnel. So
I know, but the district is starting earlier this year than it has the past couple years for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the fourth game of the season being the district opener, that is wild. I've never seen that before. That sounds much more like a well, no, we don't have a lot of pre-district games in football. No. You run into one of those years. But
yeah, 3 for basketball is I can't remember ever being in that situation where you've played 3 games.
I'll tell you
and
this,
you're starting district.
It's outside the norm enough that I had to like verify. I had it written down and I had it in some of our pregame materials, and I had to go back and look and just make sure, because it's just that out of the ordinary to have your district slate just start on the 4th game of the year in basketball.
Yeah, and then the teams that are warming up right now, we'll talk about a little bit before that game, but Hudson in the district last year with Jacksonville won the district championship. They I think they've started 3-0 so far this season. Jacksonville's only played 1 game so far, so we'll see where Jacksonville's at under new head coach Cody Schmidt.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's still a lot of kinks to work out. I mean, you've had 1 game. This will be number 2, so you're still trying to figure out some personnel, who's playing where, which guys mesh together the best. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we'll see to try to get figured out tonight because, like I said, you know, district's only a couple weeks away, even for the boys team.
Yeah, it will be great to see them in action here at John A. It's been too long. I'm certainly a high school football fan, but nothing quite like a home varsity doubleheader at John Alexander Gymnasium, which brings up the next point. If you are watching on JISD Live and you haven't yet visited John A for varsity basketball, then come out.
What are you doing?
Exactly. I didn't want to be too judgmental, but, I'll do it with you.
I mean, we
Absolutely.
appreciate
What are you doing?
Watching us.
We do. We appreciate the
Commentate
views,
the game,
but we'd much more appreciate to see you here live and in
Come
person
and
at John
get
A.
loud and
It is a fun atmosphere. It's always a fun night here for Jacksonville
and you never know what
basketball.
you're in store for. I mean, we've had some buzzer beaters the past couple seasons.
We've
had a
some
couple overtime games.
We've had some halftime, half-court, like charity shots that were swished. It's always a fun time. You're right.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to see here at John A. Gymnasium. Got about 4 minutes remaining here in halftime for your Jacksonville Maidens.
Well, we've got 4 minutes. I may run and see if I can figure out number 2's name.
You do that, bud. You're just a gentleman and a scholar. I appreciate it very much. I'll hold down the fort. Well, you return with
I did.
great knowledge.
I have great knowledge.
From lands afar.
I did hear correctly. Her last name is Maxie. Her first name, though, is Trinity.
Trinity Maxie.
Trinity Maxie, number 2
Great.
for Lufkin.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You know,
Mr. Couples apologized. He was like, I don't know how I didn't write her name down.
Well, we'll have it for the second half, and we always want to, you know, shout out as many students as we can. So
I just wanted to make sure we were actually saying the right name. So,
well, Trinity Maxie, who's played well, been a big part of this Lufkin team in the first half. We are just about ready to get started here in the second half. This first game of your doubleheader, your Jacksonville Fightin Maidens have a 31-16 lead against the Lufkin Lady Panthers. And your starting 5 are back out for Jacksonville.
oh.
As is the feedback from the microphone.
Yeah, you may need to go fix that between games.
Yeah, typically those kind of problems I end up getting kind of looked at, so I might end up leaving you for a solo broadcast for a little while if that keeps up.
Penner able to find Maxie. This one handed off to Mays. Looking inside, Kaya Cox able to get the steal. Shunija trying to find Kaya and off the mark, and Lufkin capitalizes on the turnover. Aaliyah Maxie gets another bucket that gets her to 8, and this one an easy lay-in for Kaya Cox.
10 points for Kaya Cox.
yeah, I think that's going to need to get looked at before the boys.
Yeah, I think so. Lufkin moving the ball around, but good defense from Jacksonville. Kaya Cox with the steal, now brings it ahead. Puts it up. Robertson with the rebound. Robertson able to tie it up. Jump ball. Jacksonville keeps possession.
Inbound. Goes to Fuller. Now back to Boyd. Kiki Robertson able to get this one back out to Butler. Boyd looking inside for Fuller. Fuller finds Boyd. Puts up the shot. This one off the rim. Fuller able to bring it down.
Back to Boyd. Boyd to Robertson. Now Robertson tries to turn the corner, puts it up, and gets the foul call.
Looks like they're going to call that a shooting foul, so that will send Kiki to the line shooting 2. Foul there called on number 2, Trinity Maxie. So Kiki Robertson to the line shooting 2.
Still getting some feedback issues.
Some feedback. That's a lot of feedback.
They are getting some feedback issues.
Oh man. Well, it looks like something happened there with Kiki. She's gone over to see the trainer. So we'll see what they decide to do. It looks like Skia Anderson is going to check into the game.
I think when Kiki got hit on that shot attempt.
Actually, it looks like Kiki
coming back
is
in.
good, so she's going to come back in, take her free throws.
Looks like maybe drew some blood as she kind of took some contact to the face on that shot attempt. But all cleaned up now.
It's a physical game.
It is.
First free throw from Kiki, up and good.
Not rattled at all. Just go get cleaned up, then come hit your first free throw. And hit your second.
Good as well. Kiki draining both free throws with ease.
17-point lead for Jacksonville, 35-18. Lufkin with the ball.
Ball over to Penner, now back to Mays. Mariah Mays gets back to Penner, now to Maxie. Hands it off to Trinity Maxie, puts up the shot. This one off the glass. Butler not able to come down with the rebound, and then that one knocked out by Lufkin.
Kaylee Boyd sets it inbound for Jacksonville, gets it to Tia Fuller.
Fuller going to be picked up by Mariah Mays. Gets past her, finds Kaya for three. That one off the rim. Fuller able to get the rebound, finds Kiki. That one is up off the glass, rattles the rim and in. Mays able to find Pinner. Back to Mays. Now to Maxey. Trinity Maxey going to find Pinner. Now over for Smallwood. Kira Smallwood able to find Trinity Maxey. Pinner now inside. Kaya Cox gets a hand to that ball. That looks like going to be called for the foul.
Foul is on number 1, Kaya Cox, her second personal. Third quarter team foul number 1.
Second personal foul for Kaya Cox. She got a good fist to that ball. There was a thud. You could hear it from up here where we're at with headphones on. So.
Yeah, she was going for it.
Mallory
First is
Pinner.
up and good.
First free throw good for Mallory Pinner. Second free throw good as well. Tia Fuller now bringing the ball up the floor for the Maidens. Going to be picked up by Maids. Finds Butler. Butler puts up the jumper. That one off the rim. No good rebound. Goes to Mays. Loses the handle on it. Butler able to come up with it. Trying to find Kaya Cox. Gets it back for Butler. Tunisia now over for Fuller. Kiki wide open. Puts the shot up. That one off the rim. Rebound Smallwood.
Now Maxey with the ball for the Lady Panthers. She full court pass intercepted by Kaylee Boyd. Now out and on the run to the bucket. Puts it up, no good. Rebound Robertson, and then knocked out. Jacksonville will keep possession. Kaylee Boyd might make a pretty good free safety. Break on the ball and take it back the other direction.
She read that pass like a book.
She really did. Kaya Cox set to inbound for Jacksonville. Gets it out to Kiki Robertson. Pulls up from three. No good. Lufkin set to inbound.
Mariah Mays with the ball now for the Lady Panthers. Gonna find Pinner. Now inside for Trinity Maxey. Tia Fuller swats that one out of bounds.
Aggressive block from Tia Fuller.
Yeah. Absolutely denied that shot.
Trinity Maxey set to inbound for the Lady Panthers. Gets it over to Tia Fuller. Fuller ahead to Butler, no good. Rebound, Pinner. Pinner to Mays. Mays full court, broken up again by Kaylee Boyd. Now Kaylee, deep pass for Fuller, threads the needle. Fuller gets it to fall. What a play for the Maidens. Kaylee Boyd, great defense, and then pinpoint accuracy on the full court pass.
Pinner puts up the three. This one off the backboard. Kaylee Boyd gets the rebound for the Maidens.
Trinity Maxey on defense for Lufkin. Now Butler open look for three, puts it up, no good off back iron. Mays brings it ahead. Kaylee Boyd back on defense, meets her at the bucket. A lot of contact, no call. Mays able to lay it in. Fuller with the ball for Jacksonville. Mays on defense for Lufkin. Now over to Butler. Butler outside to Boyd. Boyd back to Fuller. Kaya Cox lays it up at the bucket. 12 points for Kaya Cox. 19-point lead for Jacksonville. Trinity Maxey with the ball for the Lady Panthers. Stolen. Tia Fuller out on the break, gets to the basket and lays it in over Maxey.
Aaliyah Maxey fouled as she was shooting, so she will go to the line shooting 2. Foul going to go against Trunijah Butler. It'll be her first personal foul on the night. Aaliyah Maxey's first free throw, no good. Second free throw from Maxey up off the rim, no good. They get the rebound though. Mays and put it inside for Maxey. This one off the rim. Will go off of Lufkin, so it'll be Jacksonville ball.
Tia Fuller sets it inbound for Jacksonville to Butler, back to Fuller. Timeout called. Timeout Jacksonville.
30-second timeout, Jacksonville.
Well, I think that test that we just heard a moment ago from PA announcer Don Couples may have been Lee Traylor's cue to go and try to fix the feedback issue that we're having here in the gym tonight. So we'll see how long that takes him. He is stepped away. So I'm flying solo now here. Jacksonville set to inbound out of the timeout. .229 here left in the third quarter. Jacksonville leads Lufkin 43-22. Tia Fuller working the ball down the floor now for the Maidens, going to be picked up by Mariah Mays. Fuller working to her right, finds Butler. Trunijah drives in, loses the handle on it while she's driving in. I think it may have been tipped. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll still be Jacksonville ball. Boyd inbounds to Fuller. Kaylee looking across the floor. This pass broken up. Pass inside for Anaya Teal is up and in. Tia Fuller now working the ball up the floor. Jaslyn O'Neal on defense for the Lady Panthers. Kaya Cox gets the ball in the corner, flips it out for Kaylee Boyd, puts up the three, and Kaylee Boyd knocks down the three. Jacksonville now leading by 22, a minute 39 left here in the third quarter. Mariah Mays finds Trinity Maxey. Maxey picked up by Kaylee Boyd, looks inside for Teal. That one off the rim. Rebound, Tia Fuller. Fuller working the ball down the floor for the Maidens. Going to find Trunijah Butler. This one up, hits the rim. Rebound goes to Aaliyah Maxey. Trinity Maxey now working the ball down the floor for the Lady Panthers. Finds Mariah Mays. Mays going to put this one up, rattles the rim. Rebound initially went to Lufkin. Jacksonville able to jump on it. I believe that was Kia Anderson able to jump on it. Jump ball possession will be Lufkin. Trinity Maxey set the inbound for the Lady Panthers. Gets this one out for Mariah Mays. Now over to Trinity inside for Smallwood. That one off the rim. Alicia Smallwood fighting for possession against Trunijah Butler. It's going to be a jump ball possession Jacksonville this time. Tia Fuller finds Butler. Butler working inside against Anaya Teal. Gets it back to Butler, over to Cox. Kaya Cox trying to make a move. Butler inside for Fuller, lays this one off the glass and in. Ryan Mays now working the ball down the floor for the Lady Panthers. Gonna find Trinity Maxey. Maxey over for O'Neal. Now back to Mays. Cross-court pass, trying to find Taylor. Kaya Cox down the floor, lays this one off the glass and in. 26-point lead now for the Maidens as we end the third quarter. Jacksonville leads Lufkin 50-24. A little bit of a slow start there scoring-wise to start the third quarter, but Jacksonville found that form they had at the end of the second.
Yeah, Jacksonville blown this game open, now leading by 26. You know, a game that early looked like it was going to be a battle, tied at the end of one. Both teams kind of struggling to find the basket through one period, and that has not been the case for Jacksonville since.
No, and a lot of it has been off of transitions, too. Jacksonville's done a really good job playing defense and getting several of the Lufkin players to close in on them, and then when they get the steal, they're able to go and just have a counterattack over and over again.
Yeah.
As we've seen multiple times. It's led, I mean, probably to half their points tonight is just on those transitions as someone is allowed to run forward. I mean, it's been kind of all of them. We've seen Tia Fuller a bunch make that run down there. We've seen Kiki Robertson make it quite a few times. Kaylee Boyd jumps in front of that pass, runs the length of the floor. We've seen a lot of hustle tonight from the Maidens, and I mean, it's showing up on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Great shouting out the defense, because for as impressive as Jacksonville's offense has been since the end of that first period, they've actually held Lufkin to a lower average than that 9-point first period, holding them to 8.5 over these last two periods. So Jacksonville's defense has been suffocating. Impressive showing for the Maidens tonight so far in this district opener. Lufkin starting with the ball in this fourth period. Tia Fuller on defense for Jacksonville gets the ball. Now heads the other direction and puts it up. Can't get it to fall. Lufkin the other way. Foul called as Ananda Taylor puts it up at the basket. Kaya Cox called for the foul. That's her third. So Nanda Taylor now shooting 2 shots from the line.
First free throw off the rim, no good from Ananda Taylor. Second free throw from Taylor is up and in. That's her first point of the night.
Jacksonville with a 25-point lead. Fuller with the ball. Over to Butler. Inside to Kaya Cox, tied up. Foul called. First team foul for Lufkin. Jacksonville set to inbound. Kaylee Boyd set to handle that for the Maidens. Quickly gets it out to Kaya Cox. Turns the corner. Butler now into the lane, knocked out. Jacksonville will keep possession as Trinity Maxey knocked that ball out from Trinija Butler. So Jacksonville ball. And Kaylee Boyd set to inbound again.
Boyd able to find Fuller, lays it off the glass and in. Big night for Tia Fuller so far.
What a great inbounds play for Jacksonville. Open look for Tia Fuller charging towards the basket. Butler with the rebound for Jacksonville, bringing it full court. Picks it up at the three-point line. Now Kiki Robertson over to Kaya Cox, trying to get it to Fuller, able to get it, and now Robertson from three, no good. Rebound, Fuller. Fuller through a lot of contact, but no call. And now jump ball called.
We've had a lot of jump balls tonight. A couple of them
physical
I
game.
think probably should have been fouls, but they've been called jump balls. But
you know,
you don't see quite as many jump balls usually as what we've seen so far.
It's been a physical game, but it's been a clean game. As Tia Fuller able to get the ball on the inbounds and put it up, get it in. Kaya Cox, quick steal, and then off of her ankle, out of bounds. So Lufkin set to inbound. Great steal from Kaya Cox on the inbound. Just couldn't quite keep a hold of it. Mays with the ball for Lufkin. Deflection from Fuller. Lufkin keeps possession as Smallwood's shot no good. Jacksonville the other way. Butler pulls up, thought about a three. Now Kaya Cox puts it up. Rebound Kiki Robertson. And then tapped out to Trinijah Butler. Tia Fuller with the ball for Jacksonville. Open look for three from Kaylee Boyd. And rebound Ananda Taylor. Trinity Maxey sends it ahead. Good defense from Robertson with the block. And then Jacksonville ball off of Trinity Maxey. Overturned, so Lufkin ball.
Tagging in for the Maidens is number 4, Sophia Anderson, and number 10, Janisha Gray.
Anaya Teal driving in, going to draw the foul, send her to the line, shooting two.
Fourth quarter team foul number 2.
First free throw from Teal up off the rim, no good.
Shooting 2.
Second free throw from Teal, no good. Gets her own rebound. Kiki Robertson gets a hand in, going to be called for the foul.
Foul is on number 24, Kiki Robertson, her first personal. Fourth quarter team foul number 3, Anaya Teal, shooting 2.
First free throw from Anaya Teal, up and in. Second free throw from Teal up off the rim, no good. Lufkin first to it. I'm going to say that went out of bounds off of Jacksonville, so Lufkin will retain possession. Not even sure if they knew that they were retaining possession. Anaya Teal now set to inbound for the Lady Panthers. Going to have a foul. Looks like called against Jacksonville. It's going to go against Janisha Gray. Her second personal foul. Teal inbounds, finds Taylor. Kiki fighting for possession, able to come down with it. Can't keep possession as she keeps it in bounds. Lufkin now able to lay this one in. Mariah Mays.
Tia Fuller bringing it ahead for Jacksonville. Into the lane, kicks it out. That three from Janisha Gray is good.
Big three-pointer there from Janisha Gray, her first points of the night.
It's also a good example of the gravity that a player like Tia Fuller has. As she turns the corner, gets into the lane, everybody collapses on her, and generally she's going to have options to kick it out to the corner, kick it out to an open look for a shooter like Janisha Gray. Robertson with the ball for Jacksonville, now over to Butler.
Gymnasium working inside, gets it out now for Gray. Janisha Gray working inside, puts up the shot. That one off the rim, rebounds Sakia Anderson and draws the foul.
4.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth period. Jacksonville with the 57-28 lead.
Sakia Anderson to the line, shooting 2.
First is up, no good.
Second up and good for Sakia Anderson. 58-28, 30-point lead now for the Maidens. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Great steal there from Tia Fuller. Quickly turns away down the floor. That one off the glass and in.
Great defense to great offense for Jacksonville. We've seen it all night long. Good example there. The clean steal from Fuller, and then the layup at the other end.
That should get Tia Fuller to 21 points on the night.
Good defense from Kiki Robertson. And then foul going to go against Ananda Taylor.
I don't think he called a foul.
Okay.
I think he just said that was a
out of
Jacksonville
bounds.
ball. Yeah.
All right. Well, then a clean deflection from Ananda Taylor. And Jacksonville with the ball. Gray picked up by Taylor. Gray sends it ahead looking for Butler.
This one off Lufkin into the first row, so it should be Jacksonville ball.
Not just the first row. Expertly caught by Jacksonville High School principal Jody Alderetti on the first row. Inbound to Kiki Robertson, now to Butler. What a great inbounds play. Butler inbounds it to Robertson, who immediately fires it back to Butler. Open look at the goal, and Jacksonville 62, Lufkin 28. Jump ball called.
Lufkin basketball on the alternating possession.
And Lufkin will take possession. Anaya Teal set to inbound for the Lady Panthers. Good looking inbound play there as Akira Smallwood able to lay it in. Now Jacksonville inbounding. Tia Fuller brings it ahead. Smallwood on defense. Fuller into the lane, kicks it out. Kiki Robertson now to Butler. Gray, deep three is up, no good. Rebound, Trinija Butler. Puts it up off the rim. Jump ball called. Jacksonville possession. 3 minutes remaining here in the game. Jacksonville with a 32-point lead. 62-30 is your score here late in this fourth period. Gray gets it in. Kiki Robertson spins towards the basket, puts it up, no good, taps it out, and then foul called.
That was on number 5, Tia Fuller.
Tia Fuller called for the foul. That's her first personal. And Mariah Mays will be at the line as Jacksonville with 5 team fouls. Let's put Lufkin in the bonus for the remainder of this period.
Jacksonville are already at their most points scored so far in a game this season. There's still 2.5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, they've been impressive tonight in this district opener. Second is up and good for Mays. Butler bringing it ahead for Jacksonville.
Butler picked up by Mays. Driving in, lays this one in. Great basket there from Tunisia Butler. Mallory Pinner now bringing the ball up the floor for the Lady Panthers. Gets this one over for Mariah Mays. Her three off the rim, no good. Going to be knocked out of bounds by Kiki Robertson, so that'll be a Lufkin ball.
Nia Teal set to inbound for the Lady Panthers.
Kira Smallwood on the basket there for the Lady Panthers. Haley Boyd now working the ball down the floor for the Maidens. Driving in, trying to find Denisha Gray. That one's stolen by Mays. Physical play down on the other end. As Tunisia Butler got a hand on it, trying to steal it.
Able to tie it up.
Both players out of bounds. Looks like they're gonna call jump ball.
What a defensive play from Tunisia Butler.
It is the night of the jump ball.
It is.
Man.
What a defensive play. Able to get there just before the layup attempt and tie it up going out of bounds and then deflects it.
Is there a high school record for number of jump balls in a game? Because we've got to be nearing that record right now.
Teal set to inbound for Lufkin. Gets it out, Maxey puts it up. No good. Rebound, Kiki Robertson pushing it ahead. Now out to Butler.
Butler looking for Boyd. Haley Boyd thought about pulling up for a shot, gets it back to Tunisia. Butler working against Mays, going to find Kiki. Back to Butler. Tunisia working across the three-point line. And he picked up by Mays. Able to get past her, kicks it out for Anderson. And that three-pointer from Sakia Anderson is good.
Under 1 minute to play here in the fourth period. Jacksonville with a 67-33 lead. Kaylee Boyd with the rebound for the Maidens. Deep pass ahead for Gray, puts it up, puts it in. .36-point lead for the Maidens. Pinner with the ball for Lufkin. Puts it up, doesn't fall. Butler with the rebound for Jacksonville. 10 seconds remaining here in regulation.
And we're going to be knocked out of bounds by Leah Maxey. 4.1 seconds remaining. Kaylee Boyd set to inbound for the Maidens. Kiki Robertson going to put up a three. That one is good, and that will do it. 72-33, your final here. Jacksonville defeating Lufkin, gets their first win in district for the 2024-25 season.
Huge win for Jacksonville. And what looked like it was going to be a close game after one period turned into a 72-33 dismantling for Jacksonville. As after that first period, Jacksonville just could do no wrong. Suffocating on defense and overwhelming on offense. Jacksonville with a huge win. The 39-point margin of victory, 72-33 against the Lufkin Lady Panthers to open district play. Jacksonville keeps their undefeated streak alive, now 4-0 to start the season and 1-0 in district.
Yeah, I think I've got all the points here. I had Kaya Cox at 14, Kaylee Boyd with 5, Trinijah Butler with 12, Zakiya Anderson with 4, Tia Fuller with 21, Janisha Gray with 5, and Kiki Robertson with 11.
Just an absolutely huge.
And every player on this Maidens team found the scoreboard tonight. That's impressive.
That is impressive, and that's just kind of how it felt tonight. Felt like after that first period, whatever Jacksonville tried to do, it ended up pretty successful.
Yeah, big win tonight for Jacksonville. It's a good start to their district campaign. It's like we got about 9 minutes and 40 seconds here before your Jacksonville boys take on the Hudson Hornets. Jacksonville now making their way out onto the floor.
If you're just joining us, welcome into John Alexander Gymnasium for tonight's varsity basketball second half of our doubleheader tonight as your Jacksonville Fightin Indians take on the Hudson Hornets. I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005.
I'm Ryan Travis, class of 2014.
Both of these teams are looking to get off to a hot start this year, and tonight's contest is an opportunity to start off on the right foot for both of these teams. Jacksonville's coming off a strong season in which they went 11-17 and 5-4 in district play. We'll talk more in a little while about what their district was last year and what their district is now. But last year they scored just over 52 points per game and gave up a little over 53. This team will definitely look different this season as they've graduated a ton of talent over the last few years. And we're also getting our first look on JSD Live tonight on how new coach Cody Schmidt will move pieces around as he tries to find the most effective combination of players. The Hornets are coming into tonight's game off a 29-6 season where they were district champs at 9-1 in district play. This team has started off their season 3-0 and are looking to keep their unbeaten streak alive tonight against the Indians.
Yeah, and now we can take a look at the season schedule. Jacksonville started the season 0-1. They fell to Class 2A number 1, Martins Mill, by a score of 72-47. I believe it was last Saturday. I'm not sure. In talking with head coach Cody Schmidt before the game, he said team didn't get off to a great start. Lots of new faces trying to plug those guys in some different spots, and hoping to get back on track tonight and get a win over a really good Hudson team.
Well, the feedback issues are not resolved.
I told everyone that you were going to go fix that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
and then you didn't go.
That.
So,
well, I'll do that. I'll do that now. I'm going to head down there and see if I can help Mr. Couples get the feedback resolved.
Oh,
so you're going to be flying solo for a second.
I'm good with that. So we were going to talk a little bit about the district. Jacksonville is returning to 5A this year. They are in the same district as the girls. They have not started district, though. This is a non-district game for them. If you did not tune in for the girls' game, district includes Hallsville, Lufkin, Marshall, Mount Pleasant, Nacogdoches, Texas High, Tyler High, and White House. And now let's get the national anthem.
This time, let's meet tonight's starters. First in the Division, Hornets of Hudson High School. Starting at guard, a 6'3" sophomore, number 10, Ceylon Williams. Starting at another guard, 6'2" junior, number 20, Jackson May. Starting with guard, a 6'2" junior, number 1, KJ Farrell. Starting with guard, a 6'5" senior, number 5, Cooper Weeks. Starting at guard, a 6'1" senior number 11, Landon Greer. The Hornets are coached by Mr. Jeff Bradler, assisted by Blake Ponson and Jacob Pierce. And now get on your feet to meet your Fightin to Jacksonville. Starting in guard, a 6'1" senior number 1, Isaiah Hamilton. Starting in guard, a 6'2" junior number 4, Abdul Bates. Starting in guard, a 6'2" senior number 5, Jabari Kennedy. Starting in guard, a 6'2" sophomore number 10, Ben Bolton. And starting in guard, a 6'5" senior number 21, Jaden Kessel. The Fightin Indians are coached by Mr. Cody Schmidt, assisted by Jakari Lewis and Charles Kendrick. Your officials for tonight are Mr. Lee Jones, Mr. Craig Tidwell, and Mr. Jake Hudson.
Starting lineups tonight, first for Hudson, number 1, Kent Farrell, number 5, Cooper Weeks, number 10, Keelan Williams, number 11, Landon Greer, and number 20, Jackson May. And starting tonight for your Indians, number 1, Isaiah Hamilton, number 4, Abdul Bates, number 5, Jabari Kennedy, number 10, Ben Bolton, and number 21, Jaden Castle.
Once again, thank you for joining us on JISD Live. Just about to tip off for your boys varsity action, as just earlier tonight, your Maidens won 72-33 against Lufkin. Jacksonville about to tip off against Hudson. And what a tip-off it is, as Jaden wins the tip but sends it about 2 basketball courts.
Maybe just a little eager. Maybe just a little eager to get this game started.
A little bit of nervous energy
to
get started. As now Hudson inbounding.
Jackson May gets this one in for Landon Greer, inside for Cooper Weeks. Gets it out to Kent Farrell.
Blocked by Ben Bolton. Great defense from Jacksonville to start. Castle with the rebound, and now Hamilton with the ball for Jacksonville. Good defense on that opening possession from the Indians. And Hamilton with the ball over to Kennedy. Back to Hamilton, back to Kennedy.
Guard picked up by Jackson May on defense. Isaiah Hamilton now going to hand this one off for Abdul Bates. Hamilton now looking for Kennedy, over to Ben Bolton in the corner, 4-3 off the rim. Dayton able to get a hand on it. Bates looking for Hamilton. Looks like we're going to have first foul of the game go against Isaiah Hamilton.
As Kent Farrell is breaking for the ball. Got there at the same time as Isaiah Hamilton. So Hudson inbounding. Jackson May gets it in to Landon Greer.
Greer picked up by Kennedy. Greer now over to the corner for Kent Farrell.
Open look for
May,
three, no good.
Off the rim, Ben Bolton sends it down for Hamilton. Trying to get it off the glass, gets his own rebound and gets the putback.
Great play from Ben Bolton to tap that ball ahead, and then great finish from Isaiah Hamilton. Got his own rebound and put it in.
Yeah, Ben Bolton, one player that we were expecting to see play some last year with an ACL injury, did not end up playing at all during basketball season, so it's good to see him back and healthy.
Yeah, and I know he's expected to pick up some of the scoring load this season as Jacksonville has graduated multiple scorers over the last few years as Hudson able to score at the basket. That's Kent Farrell. Jacksonville graduating Carmelo Claiborne last year, leading scorer. Great look inside. Isaiah Hamilton gets it to Jabari Kennedy.
Weeks looking inside for Farrell. Fouled as he was going up for the shot. That foul going to go against Ben Bolton. That will be his first.
That was number 10, Ben Bolton, his first personal. First quarter, team foul number 2.
That will send Kent Farrell to the line, shooting 2. First one up and in. Second free throw up and in as well for Kent Farrell. Jaden Castle inbounds to Hamilton. Isaiah Hamilton going to be picked up by Kent Farrell. Good screen set there by Jaden. Now Kennedy going to get it out for Bolton. Ben looking inside. That pass broken up by Kent Farrell. Jabari Kennedy with a good hustle there, trying to get back, win it. And this three from May off the rim. Weeks gets the rebound off the bottom of the backboard, but foul called. Looks like they're going to get that against Jabari Kennedy. That'll be his first personal foul. Third team foul for Jacksonville with 5:41 left in the first. First free throw from Cooper Weeks, up and in. Second from Weeks, up and in as well. Isaiah Hamilton working the ball down the floor now for the Indians, trying to find Jaden Castle. This one broken up by Weeks. Quickly down the floor. Foul called.
Weeks took a hard hit against the padding at the end of that play, holding his back, walking off gingerly.
It's going to be first personal foul for Jaden Castle. They'll send Cooper Weeks to the line, shooting 2. Intentional foul going to be called against Castle. First free throw from Weeks, up and in. Second free throw from Weeks, good as well. Jaden Castle will take a seat. Checking in now is Naz Coleman Hawkins for the Indians.
Checking in for the Indians is number 11, Naz Coleman Hawkins.
Jacksonville at 4 team fouls with 5:18 here left in the first. Fouls reset every quarter. You need a refresher on the rule change from last year. Once you get to 5, every foul from there on out does result in 2 shots.
We're still getting some discussion from the Hudson coach and the officials. I believe arguing for what the procedure should be after an intentional foul.
Farrell inside. Landon Greer tripped up. He called for the travel. Jabari Kennedy going to inbound this one to Isaiah Hamilton. Hamilton now working the ball up the floor for the Indians. Hamilton working to his right, immediately met by Cooper Weeks. Hawkins able to find Bolton. This one forward. That one's stolen now by Hudson. Quickly forward for Kent Farrell. Going to kick this one back for Greer. Greer, ball makes its way out to Cooper Weeks. And great read there by Abdul Bates. Quickly loses the ball though. That shot off the rim from May. Hudson able to steal it back once again. Bates now finds Isaiah Hamilton. And we will see a foul here. It's going to go against Jackson May.
Foul is on number 20, Jackson May. He's first personal. First quarter, he's on number 1.
Hamilton brings the ball ahead for Jacksonville, going to be met by Kent Farrell now. Cross-court pass, Ben Bolton. Trying to get it inside. Hamilton puts up the three, no good. Rebound, Jackson May. Hudson across half court. Now Greer inside to Weeks. Looking for Farrell in the corner, but out of bounds. Right at the 4-minute mark here in the first period. Jacksonville down by 4. Hamilton with the ball, brings it ahead for the Indians, cuts inside.
Traveling?
They said he
Is that what that?
maybe carried or stepped out of bounds. I didn't see the actual call.
I'm not really sure there.
But either way, Hudson ball into the corner. Farrell puts up a three, no good. Rebound, Hamilton. Foul called. Channing Howitt called for the foul.
Isaiah Hamilton able to find Kennedy. Hamilton working to his left, hands this one off to Bates. Bates looking inside for Naz Coleman. Hawkins, Ben Bolton now 4-3. That one off the rim. Jacksonville unable to keep it inbounds, goes out Hudson ball.
Good effort there from Naz Coleman, keeping the Hudson's possession to an inbound and not a fast break. Jacksonville with full court pressure as Weeks now brings it ahead into the lane. Lots of contact, out of bounds, Jacksonville ball.
Jace Meza checking in for the Indians. Bart Kennedy going to make his way off. Also have number 2, Brendan Richards checking into the game, and Abdul Bates making his way off.
Hamilton, far cross-court pass, gets to Coleman now. Ben Bolton can't keep possession of the ball. Jacksonville turns it over. Hudson set to inbound. Jackson May gonna handle that for the Hornets. Gets ahead to Farrell. Guarded by Bolton. Back to May. Kicks it into the corner. Foul called as Hamilton able to draw the foul against Hudson. It's Jackson May.
Brendan Richards set to inbound. Jaden Castle about to check back in. Naz Coleman Hawkins makes his way off. Also have Keelan Williams checking back in for the Hornets. Jackson May making his way off. Isaiah Hamilton now working the ball up the floor for the Indians. Going to be picked up by Farrell. Gets it inside for Castle. Trying to get the reverse layup. Nothing there. Able to get the rebound. Foul called against Hudson. I believe it's going to go on number 3, Brylan Hawthorne.
Hamilton set to inbound for Jacksonville. Into the corner, Ben Bolton, pump fake. Now pulls up and good. There's a needed bucket for Jacksonville that ends a long drought. And now pressure defense from Jacksonville, but Hudson able to get out on the break into the corner. 4-3, no good. That was Hawthorne on the 3 attempt. And then Channing Howard able to get the rebound, but foul called. He pushed off to get that rebound, I believe.
I think we're having some scoreboard issues. The clock kept running and the score is not correct. Isaiah Hamilton goes to the line, shooting 2. Should be 8-6. And there were about 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Well, either way, Isaiah Hamilton to the line, shooting 2. First one rattles the rim, no good.
Tagging into the Hornets is number 12, Riley Vicknair.
Riley Vicknair checks in for Hudson. Hamilton's second is up, no good. Rebound, put back, Brendan Richards doesn't fall, and now Hudson trying to get it out, but Jacksonville pesky on defense. And that's really what has kept Jacksonville in this game, is they've been cold from the floor for the entirety of this first period, but their defense has kept this a 2-point game. They've held Hudson to 8 points in this first period. Now Farrell set to inbound for the Hornets, gets it in to Landon Greer. Good defense again from Jacksonville as Ben Bolton gets the steal and out on the run. Into the lane, contact. Gets the call. Brylan Hawthorne called for the foul. It's his first foul. First is up, no good.
And the Indians is number 0, Isaac Mosley.
Isaac Mosley checks in for Jacksonville as Hamilton gets a breather. Second for Bolton is good.
Weeks able to find Greer. Now trying to get it to Riley Vicknair. Gets this one inside for Weeks. Basket counts. Weeks draws the foul.
And so now the scoreboard says 8-8. That should be 8-7, correct?
Yep. No, it should be 10-7.
10-7.
We're having some issues with our scoreboard over here. It should be 10-7. Is it Cooper Weeks knocks down that free throw. I believe they called a foul. Maybe not. Ben Bolton gets this one in for Isaac Mosley. Mosley gets tied up, able to come down with it, gets it back out for Brendan Richards. Richards finds Mosley, now over for Meza for three. Jace Meza, big three-pointer. Cooper Weeks working to his left, finds Williams for three. That one off the rim. Jacksonville trying to come down with the rebound. Hudson with the ball. Greer able to draw the foul.
Isaac Suarez meeting him at the basket, not giving up any easy layups, is Jacksonville.
Foul is on number 0, Isaac Mosley, his second personal. Landon Greer shooting 2.
First free throw from Greer, up and in.
Indians is number 4, Abdul Bates, the number 1, Isaiah Hamilton. For the Hornets is number 4, Amari Williams.
Second free throw from Greer, up and in as well. Isaiah Hamilton now with the ball for the Indians. Under 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Hamilton able to find Bates. Hudson now back the other way. Amari Williams able to find Williams. Isaiah Hamilton gets the steal quickly down the floor, trying to put this one up. That one off the glass. Castle able to tip it to Brendan Richards. Now for Hamilton again. That one off the rim. Rebound, Keelan Williams. Greer quickly down the floor, trying to find Kent Farrell for a last-second bucket. Not able to do so, and at the end of one, Hudson leads Jacksonville 13-11. I believe it should be 13-10 from what I have on my score sheet. But 13-11, we'll take the extra point. Jace Meza with a big three. Isaiah Hamilton has a basket. Jabari Kennedy has a basket. And Ben Bolton with a basket and a free throw. Jacksonville played great defense there in the first quarter. Kind of struggling on the offensive end of the floor right now, but they've done a good enough job on defense to keep themselves in this game. But they're going to have to find some points if they're going to beat this Hudson team, because they have shown that they are very capable of scoring when the time arises. Hudson now back on the floor to begin the second quarter. Jacksonville now making their way back onto the floor. Jace Meza, Brendan Richards, Abdul Bates, Isaiah Hamilton, and Jaden Castle on the floor to start the second quarter for the Indians. Richards gets this one in for Hamilton. Hamilton finds Bates. Bates back to Richards. Now over for Jaden Castle. Castle tied up, able to sneak that pass over for Isaiah Hamilton, looking inside for Bates. That one off the hands of Abdul Bates, out of bounds. Hudson set to inbound. Braden Nobles gets this one in for Landon Greer. Greer quickly picked up by Isaiah Hamilton. Greer working inside, puts up the shot, off the glass and in for Landon Greer, and draws the foul.
Foul is on number 3, Jason Nessa, his first personal. Second quarter team foul number 1. Landon Greer shooting 1.
Really good finish by Greer there. Took a lot of contact,
He did.
driving into the lane, and
I think he took contact from every Jacksonville player.
yeah, he got hammered, but able to get it to fall, and then hits it from the line. 16-11 is your score. 7.5 minutes remaining here in this first half.
Hamilton inside for Jaden Castle. Castle back out to Isaiah Hamilton for 3. That one off the rim, above the backboard, out of bounds, so Hudson will take over. Cooper Weeks set to inbound. Gets this one in for Greer. Now back to Weeks, going to be picked up by Castle. Weeks with a good move to his left, finds Williams. Now to Greer. Greer guarded by Kennedy. Greer finds Williams. Nobles 4-3. That one deflected away by Isaiah Hamilton. Bates finds Castle off the glass and in for Jaden Castle.
Jacksonville keeping it a close game. 3-point attempt is up, no good. That 3 by Cooper Weeks. Rebound Hamilton quickly up the court for Jacksonville.
Hamilton trying to set up the play, finds Bates. Bates had some time, gets past his guys, puts up the shot off the rim, able to kick that one back out. Hamilton now 4-3 off the rim. Hamilton gets the rebound. Now finds Kennedy 4-3.
Hamilton into the lane, puts it up, doesn't fall. Rebound Weeks. Hudson out on the run. Bates back on defense for Jacksonville. Good defense from Bates. Throwing it ahead for Hamilton. And out of bounds as Landon Greer.
Not out of bounds. Hudson called a timeout.
Wow. I thought they got a foot on the line. What a play by Landon Greer.
He held that ball long enough for the coach to call a timeout.
Wow. One possession game, 16-13 is your score. Jacksonville's defense keeping them in this first half. Once again, this is a Hudson team that won district last year and did so with a 29-6 overall record, 9-1 district record, and they're 3-0 coming into this game. So this is a good Hudson team that Jacksonville has held to 16 first half points so far. And that really effective defense for Jacksonville is what has kept them in this ball game. Hudson set to inbound. Greer gets it to Weeks.
Weeks quickly picked up by Ben Bolton. Now Kennedy. Weeks back out to Greer. Greer fakes the shot, drives down the baseline, lays this one in.
Ben Bolton bringing it ahead for Jacksonville.
Now a quick timeout from Jacksonville head coach Cody Schmidt.
Back-to-back individual efforts from the coaches.
Yeah.
The quick draw timeouts.
Yeah, he called that, I'm pretty sure, as soon as Jaden got possession of it. Quick to the timeout.
Well, just, these coaches don't want to be shown up. They're showing they're athletes themselves. All right? They have
Well, and I think
reflexes
that's
that are
probably,
lightning quick.
I think it's probably a good time to call a timeout, too. It's been kind of sporadic so far for Jacksonville. They're not doing a good job of capitalizing on the opportunities that they've had either. And if they're not careful and they're not able to get some points on the board to keep this close at halftime, I mean, Hudson is very capable of scoring. I mean, we've done a good job on defense so far, but this game, you don't want it to get out of hand to where if you're having trouble shooting to begin with, then you don't have the ability to catch up later.
Foul called against Kent Farrell.
Foul is on number 1, Kent Farrell. His first personal. Second quarter team foul number 1.
It's going to be his first personal foul. Inbound, Ben Bolton gets it to Castle. Now to Kennedy. Kennedy to Meza. Hudson forces a turnover, but Greer slow to get up. Now Bolton pulls up. No good. Rebound, Castle. Tries to put it up. Now we're getting a discussion.
I think one referee was calling him for a travel. The other one was saying it was tipped. So we'll see what the decision is here from the referees. Looks like it's going to be Jacksonville ball. Naz Coleman Hawkins checks back in for Jaden Castle. Ben Bolton set to inbound for the Indians.
That inbound sent back by Keelan Williams. Bolton set to do it again for Jacksonville. Deep throw-in attempt, but taken by Farrell for Hudson, and then great defense from Jacksonville, but Jackson May quickly gets it back and puts it in for Hudson. Now Ben Bolton with the ball for Jacksonville, brings it ahead, gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy to Coleman. Ben Bolton, deep three, no good. Bates back to Bolton, now in the corner, is good. Good shot from Ben Bolton. Back to a 4-point game. Great defense from Bates. Out of bounds, Hudson ball.
Channing Howitt checking in for Kent Farrell. May set the inbound for Hudson. Finds Howitt now inside for Weeks. Out to May. Williams gonna find Greer. Greer now back to Howitt. Greer picked up by Bates. Good move to his left. Able to get this one across for May. Now over to Howitt in the corner, puts up the shot, that one off the rim. Jacksonville tied up, trying to get the rebound, goes out, Hudson ball. May inside for Greer. Naz Coleman Hawkins playing some defense for the Indians. Jabari Kennedy able to come down with it. Gets the timeout call.
Good effort play from Jabari Kennedy and good effort from Jacksonville all around on that possession and also just throughout the game. They've been pesky on defense. Always fighting for the ball, hands in passing lanes. Nothing easy for Hudson so far. And 20-16 is your score here in the second period. Coming out of the timeout, Jacksonville with possession. 3:38 remaining here in the first half. And Hamilton brings the ball ahead for Jacksonville. Over to Ben Bolton, now back to Hamilton. Open look for Hamilton, off iron. Rebound Kennedy to Bolton. Bolton to Hamilton, into the corner. Bates, three, no good. Rebound Greer.
Greer quickly picked up by Jabari Kennedy. Greer able to find Cooper Weeks. Now over for Williams. Williams tied up by Isaiah Hamilton, able to keep possession though. Finds Greer. Greer trying to get past Kennedy. Makes a good move. Gets inside, finds Williams. Now back out for May. Cooper Weeks gets it back for May. Picked up by Bates. Weeks inside for May. Tied up. Looks like foul going to be called against Jacksonville. Looks like it's going to go against Abdul Bates.
That was on number 4, Abdul Bates. His first personal, second quarter team foul number 2.
Jackson May set to inbound for Hudson. Gets it over for Weeks. That one off the rim. Greer able to get the rebound, pulls up 4-3. That one off the backboard. Weeks able to lay this one in. Isaiah Hamilton quickly down the floor, puts up the shot. That one off the backboard, no good. Cooper Weeks gets the rebound for Hudson. Now bringing the ball up the floor is Weeks. That pass broken up by Jabari Kennedy, out of bounds, so we Hudson ball. Jackson May set to inbound for the Hornets. May gets this one in 4 Weeks. Now inside looking for May. Abdul Bates breaks the pass up, pulls up for the jumper. That one off the rim. Rebound Channing Howitt. Howitt able to find Greer. Greer over to Weeks. Guarded by Richards. Now May 4-3. That one off the rim. Jacksonville not able to bring it down. Greer working inside. Puts up the shot. This one no good, but Ben Bolton going to be charged for the foul.
That was number 10, Ben Bolton. His second personal, second quarter team foul number 3.
Bolton's second personal foul.
And Greer shooting 2.
And Jacksonville's third. Greer's first is up and in. Jaden Castle and Jace Meza come in for Jacksonville. And Brendan Richards. Second is up and in. Castle inbounds Hamilton. Bringing it ahead back to Castle. Now over to Meza. Meza to Hamilton. Hamilton into the lane. Puts it up at the bucket and in.
Greer picked up by Richards. Finds Hawthorne. Amari Williams able to find Greer. Greer guarded by Brendan Richards. Farrell finds May. Jaden Castle on defense for Jacksonville. May now across for Kent Farrell. Driving inside, puts up the shot. That one off the rim. Brendan Richards comes down with it. An offensive foul going to go against Kent Farrell. Isaiah Hamilton taking the charge. 44.3 seconds remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville trailing Hudson 24-18.
Farrell's second personal. Jacksonville inbounds. Hamilton bringing it ahead. Bolton from 3, no good. Rebound, Meza. Meza puts it up, blocked. And Hudson, full court pass to Farrell into the lane. Now Greer with the ball for Hudson. 20 seconds remaining here in this first half. Greer with the ball for the Hornets, guarded by Hamilton. Hamilton picks the pocket and lays it in. Hamilton again, great defense to close out this first half. And Jacksonville trails by 4 after 2. 24-20 is your score.
Yeah, I've got Isaiah Hamilton with 6, Jace Meza with 3, Jabari Kennedy with 2, Ben Bolton with 6, and Jaden Castle with 2. Still not quite sure on the score, that extra point in there, where that came from.
Yeah, I'm not either. It certainly seemed like we gave Ben Bolton 2 points at the line when he went 1 of 2 at the line on one of those trips.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we did, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to argue with it. If it comes down to be a 1-point game, you know, we want it to be in our favor, but it's also worth noting Hudson very good from the free throw line. I'm not sure that they missed one in the entire first half. They had 12 free throws, 12 of their points, half of their points in the first half are off of free throws.
Wow.
So, lots of fouls going against Jacksonville there in the first half. We didn't hardly see any fouls in the Maidens game before this. I mean, the fouls were few and far between.
Saw a lot of jump balls.
We saw a lot of jump balls, but we've seen quite a few fouls so far here tonight between the Indians and the Hornets. It's been a pretty physical game. It's been a lot of defense for Jacksonville. Hudson has brought the offense. It hasn't shown up always on the scoreboard because of the good defense that Jacksonville's playing. But if it wasn't for the Jacksonville defense there in the first half, I mean, it could be a very lopsided score right now at halftime.
Absolutely. That's what's kept this a 4-point game. Jacksonville's defense has been really impressive through one half tonight. This is, like we mentioned earlier, this is a really good Hudson team. Comes into this game undefeated. And Jacksonville holding them to 24 through one half. There just hasn't been anything easy for Hudson. And Jacksonville's struggled shooting the ball tonight, struggled to get the ball in the basket. But if you can play as good of defense as they have, you keep yourself in the game. And that's exactly what we've seen here tonight. It's 4 points. And if Jacksonville can keep this level of effort up on defense and find some offense here in this second half, they have a great opportunity to come out with a win here tonight at John Alexander Gymnasium. And, you know, we didn't really know what to expect from this Jacksonville team. They've only played one game so far, and it was against the are they number 1 ranked Martins Mill? Is that correct?
Yep.
For their classification?
For two-way, they are the number 1 ranked team right now, both in boys and in girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they played an excellent basketball program, and they struggled, admittedly, and lost by 25, I think is what it was, the final score.
Yeah, it's a first game, though, with a new coach. You
ton
lost
of new players.
Your main player for the past couple years in Carmelo Claiborne.
And
so
not just that, a lot of seniors last year.
Yeah,
you know? So
yeah, for sure. But,
a lot of new faces.
But Carmelo has carried the ball down the floor basically every possession for the last 4 years.
Yeah, and
it's a whole lot different whenever, you know, we're switching out point guards. You don't have him in there to distribute the ball, to go up and create the opportunities, because he was our leading scorer last year as well. So you've got to have somebody come in and fill those shoes. And you know, we've seen a completely different offense than what we've seen in the last couple of years too under head coach Cody Schmidt. It's been a lot more fast-paced. Last year, it was a lot of slow dribble. Actually, the last several years under Coach Alexander, there's been, a slower pace a lot of the time. It was slow bringing the ball up the floor. They wanted to set up plays, and, it worked. But this is a completely different offense that we're seeing. So I'm sure there's a little bit of an adjustment between the players, the pace of the game, trying to get everything set up offensively for Jacksonville. So far, the defense has looked good. I mean, defensively, Jacksonville is playing at a very high level right now. But you can't win a game if you can't score, and that's really going to be the key factor here in the second half is, can Jacksonville score? Can somebody step up and be that guy that's going to put the points on the board? So far in the first half, Ben Bolton he's tied with Isaiah Hamilton for the leading scorer. So, you kind of expect Isaiah Hamilton, who's been a big part of this team the past couple of years, Ben Bolton, who this is his, first year getting to actually play on varsity. So, you expect those guys to continue to increase the output that they can do every game. And this is a game 2 for Jacksonville. It's, pretty short season so far. You've got, I'm not sure if they even have a game between now and their district game on December 3rd. We've got Thanksgiving next week that, going to be out of school for. So I'm not sure if they've got some games lined up somewhere around that time or not. But, if you're starting district and you've played like 2 or 3 games like the girls have, and you've got a new coach and a bunch of new players, like there's a whole lot of stuff to get figured out for Jacksonville. Every minute counts. As many reps as you can get in this game tonight and before your first district game is going to be big, because Nacogdoches last year was 8-2 behind Lufkin in that district. Lufkin finished undefeated 10-0. And this district that they're in this year is kind of a combination of a couple districts from last year. Lufkin and Nacogdoches were in one. The core of the district, Hallsville, Marshall, Mount Pleasant, Texas High, and I think Tyler High and White House were kind of all in the same basketball district last year. Mount Pleasant won that district at 12-2, and they were only beaten by Longview in district play. So Longview's not in the district this year, but Mount Pleasant has a really good team. Nacogdoches has a good team. Lufkin has a good team. There's a lot of good basketball teams in this 5A district, and it's going to be tough. That we had a really good district the last couple years in 4A as well. This Hudson team had a fantastic year last year. One district, they're looking to go back-to-back, I'm sure, this year. And, they've started off pretty well. I think they were 3-0 coming into this game. They've had a good first half. And if, they're going to try and do their best to close out this second half and try to extend their unbeaten streak. So if Jacksonville can get a win tonight against a really good Hudson team, that just looks really good and really promising for this tough district that they're going to be in this year.
It really does. And, they've been impressive, through this first half. And we'll see how they come out here in this second half. Just 2.5 minutes remaining from the second half of action here from John Alexander Gymnasium, as your Jacksonville Fightin Indians are taking on the Hudson Hornets. And once again, if you did not tune in earlier tonight, your Jacksonville Fightin Maidens defeated the Lufkin Lady Panthers by the final score of 72-33. So Jacksonville, the Maidens are 4-0 on the year, and that was a district opener earlier tonight. So they're 4-0 overall and 1-0 in district. Really strong start to the season for the Maidens. And if the Indians can come away with a victory here against Hudson, that would be a great early season win for the boys program as well.
Hudson has made their way back out of the locker room. Jacksonville still maybe trying to figure some things out.
And right on cue,
yep,
Jacksonville heads back out from the locker room.
They're still in this game. I'm not.
Oh,
they're not out of it at all. I'm just
24-20.
Yeah, but you've got to find some points. You've got to find some rhythm. Who has the hot hand tonight? Is it going to be Ben? Is it going to be Isaiah? Is it going to be somebody else? Somebody's got to come out and have a hot hand here to start the second half and get some points back. You're only down by 4 right now. If you could take a lead here early in the third quarter, come out, hit some good shots, play some good defense, I mean, I feel like that's a really big momentum builder for this team as well.
All good points, as always, from Ryan Travis on JISD Live. Whether it's varsity football, varsity basketball, or varsity soccer.
I'm excited for soccer season. It's going to be a lot of fun this year.
And me too. I'm excited for soccer weather, which has not arrived yet.
I know I'm sweating, which I know we're inside, but it is rather warm in John Alexander Gymnasium tonight.
We are just about ready to start this second half.
Hudson going to start with possession to begin the third quarter. Jackson May set to inbound for the Hornets.
Or he may not. No? Didn't like my joke? Okay. All right. Well, Jackson May inbounds, and Greer bringing it ahead for Hudson.
He may not.
Weeks with the ball for Hudson. Now into the corner. Farrell puts up a 3 and hits. Strong opening possession for the Hornets. Jacksonville bringing it ahead. Hamilton with the ball. Now nice into the defense. Kicks it back out to Bolton. Bolton hands it off to Castle. Castle puts it up and puts it in. Strong move from Jaden Castle. And now Hudson brings it ahead.
Weeks going to be picked up by Castle. Working to his left, finds Farrell driving in, puts up the shot. That one off the backboard, no good. An offensive foul going to go against Kent Farrell.
He's had a couple of those tonight as he's gotten to the basket and then gets called for the offensive foul. That is his third personal. And quickly a team foul for Hudson here in this early in this third period. Jacksonville with the ball. Hamilton brings it ahead. Hamilton to Bolton. Bolton guarded by Greer. Screen set from Castle, now waved off. Hamilton into the lane, lost the ball. Foul called. Cooper Weeks called for that foul. Cooper Weeks' first foul, second team foul. Ben Bolton pulls up for 3. Great shot from Ben Bolton. 2-point ball game. Hudson quickly up the court. Weeks with the ball, guarded by Castle. Weeks into the lane. Soft touch at the bucket. Good drive from Weeks, but now Jacksonville with the ball. Hamilton double teamed, sends it out to Bates. Open look for 3, off iron. Rebound Hudson. Weeks brings it ahead for the Hornets. Going to be picked up by Castle. Now over to Greer.
Hard foul there against Jackson May. I believe that's going to go against Jabari Kennedy.
That was number 5, Jabari Kennedy.
It is. That's going to be his second personal foul.
Jacksonville's first team foul. Greer set to inbound for Hudson. To Weeks.
Weeks working against Jaden Castle. Gets this one over for Channing Howitt. Drives down the baseline, kicks it back out for Williams. May finds Weeks. Weeks going to take it himself, driving in. Good spin move, gets it back out to May. 4-3 off the rim. Weeks Goes up for the shot. Foul called. It's going to go against Ben Bolton. It's going to be his third. That'll send Cooper Weeks to the line, shooting 2.
Cooper Weeks, shooting 2. Checking in for the Indians is number 11, Coleman Hawkins.
Jaden Castle gets a breather. Naz Coleman checks in for Jacksonville.
Second free throw from Weeks, good as well.
Hamilton brings it ahead. Now to Bolton. Bolton to Hamilton. Hamilton into the lane. Foul called. Almost able to get it. And the foul. But as it is, he'll head to the line and he'll shoot 2.
Third quarter team foul number 3. Isaiah Hamilton, shooting 2.
First is up and bounces in.
Checking in for Jacksonville is number 3, Jason Mesa. And for the Hornets is number 12.
Ben Bolton gets a breather. Jace Meza in for Jacksonville. Channing Howitt off for Hudson. And Riley Vicknair in. Second up from Hamilton is good. 4-point game, 31-27 is your score. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Jacksonville playing some pressure defense, but Weeks with the ball for Hudson. Now into the corner. 3 is up, no good. Rebound Vicknair, now over to Greer. Weeks to Greer, guarded by Bates. Greer steps through and then gets fouled on the shot attempt.
That was number 11, Nas Coleman Hawkins. His first personal, third quarter team foul number 3.
Nas Coleman
Landon Greer, shooting 2.
with the foul. Greer's first is up, no good.
Checking back in for
That's
the
Coleman's
Indians
first.
is number 3,
Jacksonville's third team foul.
Checking in for the Hornets is number 3, Brian Hawthorne.
Second is good. Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville.
Hamilton working against May. Foul called against Jackson May.
That was on number 20, Jackson May. His third personal, third quarter team foul number 4. Checking back in for the Hornets is number 1,
Kent Farrell checking in. Jackson May making his way off. Isaiah Hamilton set to inbound for the Indians. Hamilton gets it in. Brendan Richards now with the ball. Finds Hamilton 4-3 in the corner. That one off the rim. Hudson able to come down with the rebound, then knocked away by Meza. Cooper Weeks set to inbound now for the Hornets. Gets it in for Farrell. Quickly picked up by Bates. Farrell able to get past Bates, make his way down the floor, finds Greer. Landon Greer trying to find an open teammate. Finds Farrell in the corner, 4-3. That one over the rim. Isaiah Hamilton quickly down for Abdul Bates, who lays it off the glass and in. Kent Farrell now working the ball down the floor. Finds Greer. Greer picked up by Isaiah Hamilton. Greer Making a move, gets around. Hamilton now finds Farrell. Now over for Weeks. Weeks thought about pulling up for a three, gets it inside for Hawthorne. Now over for Vicknair. Tries to find Cooper Weeks. An errant pass out of bounds. Jacksonville takes over. Naz Coleman Hawkins gets this one back in play to Isaiah Hamilton. Hamilton getting picked up by Kent Farrell. Hamilton trying to find some space, gets it over to Brendan Richards, drives in, gets it to Bates. Bates pulls up for the jumper, that one off the rim. Rebound goes to Riley Vicknair, who draws the foul.
Foul is on number 2, Brendan Richards.
Brendan Richards with the foul for Jacksonville.
Checking in for the Indians is number 0, Isaac Mosley.
Jace Meza with some good pressure on the inbound. Hudson will keep possession.
Weeks inbounds to Farrell. Now Cooper Weeks bringing the ball down the floor for the Hornets. Hits it over for Vicknair for three. That one, nothing but net for Riley Vicknair.
Good shot from Vicknair, makes this a 6-point advantage. Now Weeks with the ball for Hudson.
Braylon Nobles, his shot off the rim. Rebound goes to Farrell. Cooper Weeks now 4-3 off the rim. Coleman Hawkins gets the rebound. Bates trying to lay this one off the glass, gets his own rebound, puts it back and in.
Four-point game. Weeks brings it ahead for Hudson, guarded by Coleman. Now met by Meza.
Timeout, Hudson. Still a 4-point game.
I was just about to say Jacksonville
Yep.
keeping it close, and again on the back of good defense. .240 remaining here in this third period.
Really the difference right now in the game is free throws. Hudson has done a really good job of getting fouled as they're shooting and going to the line and capitalizing on those. I think they're still roughly about half their points are free throws right now. And that's maybe a hidden part of the game too. So
It's always a big part of the game.
oh yeah, always a big part of the game.
They're set to come out of this timeout. 2:40 remaining here in this third period. Jacksonville down by 4. 35-31 is your score. Hudson out in front. And Hudson set to inbound.
Both teams at 4 fouls this quarter.
Landon Greer set to inbound for the Hornets.
Greer finds Nobles. Greer now guarded by Brendan Richards. This one over for Vicknair. That one off his hand. Suarez Mosley quickly the other way. Great hustle, though, from Riley Vicknair, able to knock that one away out of bounds. Suarez Mosley set to inbound for the Indians. Gets this one out for Bates. Abdul Bates over to Richards. Suarez Mosley 4-3. That one off the front of the rim. And a good putback there from Abdul Bates.
2-point game, 35-33.
Foul there going to go against Jabari Kennedy. That'll be team foul number 5 on the quarter for the Indians. So that will send Cooper Weeks to the line, shooting 2. 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Jacksonville trailing by 2. Free throw from Weeks, up and in. Second free throw from Weeks, up and in as well. Suarez Mosley quickly down the floor for the Indians. Bates driving in, puts up the shot. That one off the rim, trying to get his own rebound. Foul going to be called against Hudson. That will be team foul number 5 for them. So that will send Abdul Bates to the line, shooting 2. First free throw from Bates, up and in. Second free throw from Bates, good as well. Weeks able to find Greer, picked up by Brendan Richards. Jacksonville still with a high press on defense. Greer.
Good defense from Bates and Richards. Now Suarez loses the handle. Farrell brings it ahead for Hudson. Kennedy called for the foul.
Now send Kent Farrell to the line, shooting 2.
Both teams with 5 fouls. I don't know if you've heard, a couple of years ago, the rule changed.
I think it was last year that the rule changed.
Yeah. Both teams will be going to the line with each foul for the remainder of this period. Farrell's second, no good. Hamilton with the ball, ahead to Bolton. Bolton pulls the trigger on a 3, no good. Rebound, Weeks, thrown ahead. Back to Weeks. Into the corner. Farrell can't handle it. So with 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining here in the third period, Jacksonville will inbound. Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville. Castle to Bolton. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton into the lane. Now Richards open look at 3, puts it up, no good. Castle fighting for it, but Farrell with the rebound, and Greer brings it ahead for Hudson.
Farrell guarded by Ben Bolton. Now over to Weeks, picked up by Jaden Castle. Weeks driving inside, puts up the shot over the rim. Greer gets the rebound. Foul called.
That is number 4. His second personal.
Abdul Bates called for the foul, his second personal foul. First is up and in for Landon Greer. as is the second. Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville. 15 seconds remaining here in this third period. Looking inside for Castle.
Yeah, 20 points off free throws for Hudson. 20.
Now Hudson inbounds it. Weeks going to bring it ahead, guarded by Hamilton. Weeks into the lane.
Foul going to go against Isaiah Hamilton. That'll send Cooper Weeks to the line, shooting 2.
Foul is on number 2. Foul is on number 1, Isaiah Hamilton. His second personal. For the basket for Cooper Weeks. He'll shoot 1 shot.
.4 seconds back on the clock. Free throw from Cooper Weeks is good. So at the end of 3, Hudson leads Jacksonville 43-35. Kind of a weird way to end the quarter.
Yeah, just kind of slowed down the pace a whole lot. But still a game within striking distance, and the way that Jacksonville's played defense throughout this game, we said it at halftime. If they can get some offense on the back of that defense, this is a game that's not out of reach. You know, it's an 8-point deficit leading into this final period. So we'll see if Jacksonville can kind of get things clicking offensively here in this final period and keep up the pressure they've had on defense.
Yeah, and there's a couple guys that are getting close to being in foul trouble or in foul trouble, so we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. I know Ben Bolton has at least 3 fouls. I think Isaiah Hamilton maybe has close to that. We've got a couple guys that are pretty high up there on the foul count, and there's been quite a few fouls called against Jacksonville so far in this game as well. So it'll be worth noting to keep an eye on fouls here in the fourth quarter. Brendan Richards gets us back underway, finds Isaiah Hamilton. Hamilton back over to Brendan. Richards finds Ben Bolton. This one knocked away by Greer. Hamilton inbounding to Castle. Back to Isaiah. Hamilton finds Bolton. Ben trying to find a pass. That one broken up by Landon Greer. May trying to find Cooper Weeks. Nothing there. Out of bounds. Jacksonville ball.
Some good defense there from Hudson on that possession. And now Hamilton brings it ahead for Jacksonville. Jacksonville down by 8. We start this fourth period. Hamilton lost his footing. And
Timeout, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville calls timeout.
Timeout, Jacksonville.
We're just about set to resume play after this timeout. Here at the beginning of the fourth period, Jacksonville down by 8 by the score 43-35. 7:18 remaining here in the fourth. Ben Bolton set to inbound for Jacksonville, gets it to Hamilton. Hamilton guarded by Farrell. Bolton fighting through traffic to get the ball and does. Gets into the lane, now hits Bates in the corner. Bates into the lane, puts it up, gets it to fall, and the foul. Huge shot from Abdul Bates.
Foul is on number 5, Cooper Weeks. His second personal. 432 on number 1.
And that foul was against Cooper Weeks. His second personal, first team foul for Hudson here in this fourth period. Bates at the line for Jacksonville. Trying to cut this to a 5-point lead, and does. Now Hudson inbounding, Greer with the ball. Ahead to Farrell. Farrell back to Greer, guarded by Richards. Into the lane and puts it in. Hamilton ahead for Jacksonville. Over to Richards, back to Hamilton.
Isaiah thought about handing that one off to Ben Bolton. Now finds Bates. Abdul Bates, the move to his right, trying to get inside the paint. It's tied up. Now we're going to have a jump ball.
Hudson possession.
Between the two games, that's probably the 15th jump ball that we've seen. I mean,
We did see a lot in the first
been a
game here
bunch.
tonight.
Jackson May set to inbound for Hudson. Finds Weeks, back to May. May working the ball down the floor, finds Greer, now over for Farrell in the corner. He hits from 3.
Big shot from Farrell. Now Suarez gets it to Hamilton for Jacksonville. Hamilton looking for Richards, but broken up and stolen by Hudson. To May. Now Farrell. Farrell, another 3 is up, no good. Rebound Bates. Bates gets it ahead to Bolton. Bolton for 3. No good. Believe
30-second timeout.
Hudson called timeout. Second timeout. So 10-point game here after that 3 from Farrell earlier. 5:42 remaining here in the fourth. Coming out of the timeout, 10-point game. And Hudson set to inbound. Jackson May going to inbound right in front of the Jacksonville bench. Gets it to Greer, guarded by Suarez. Good defense from Suarez, off of Greer's foot, out of bounds, Jacksonville ball. Hamilton set to inbound for Jacksonville. Suarez with the ball into the lane, puts it up, doesn't fall, rebound Vicknair.
Offensive foul going to go against Jacksonville.
Brendan Richards called for his second personal. First team foul for Jacksonville. Jackson May trying to inbound for Hudson. Can't get it done. Jacksonville ball. Great defense from Jacksonville. Suarez trying to inbound it, and Jacksonville, great effort from Ben Bolton. Now Richards to Suarez, Suarez to Hamilton, Hamilton into the lane, puts it up and puts it in. Greer with the ball for Hudson. Bates on defense.
Greer driving in, puts up the shot. That one off the glass and in. Foul going to go against number 4, Abdul Bates. That will send Landon Greer to the line shooting 1. Kent Farrell checking it in. Riley Vicknair going off. Greer makes his free throw. Isaiah Hamilton down the floor for the Indians. Suarez Mosley driving in, gets this one across for Bates for 3. That one good from Abdul Bates.
Huge shot from Abdul Bates. Brings it back to an 8-point game. Now Farrell with the ball for Hudson, guarded by Bolton. Bolton, good defense, able to get the steal. Brings it past half court into the lane. Offensive foul.
Ben's 4th personal foul.
May inbounds to Greer, guarded by Richards. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining here in regulation. 8-point game. Now Hamilton switches on defense and called for the foul.
Foul is on number 1, Isaiah Hamilton, his 3rd personal. Fourth team foul number 4.
Hamilton's 3rd personal and 4th team foul for Jacksonville.
Greer trying to put up the shot. Couldn't tell if it got knocked away or if he just lost the handle on
Blocked
it.
by Hamilton. Blocked out of bounds. But Hamilton was definitely there. Now Greer set to inbound. Guarded by Hamilton. Greer going to be called for kind of unsportsmanlike play on the inbounds.
Maybe not. Jackson May set to inbound for Hudson. May finds Williams, now out for Farrell. Farrell driving in, gets it over to May. Trying to find somebody. Keelan Williams driving inside, puts up the shot off the rim. Bates gets the rebound for the Indians. Hamilton quickly down the floor for Ben Bolton. This one knocked out of bounds by Kent Farrell.
Eight-point game, 3.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville down.
Jaden Castle checking back in. Brendan Richards going off. Jabari Kennedy also checking into the game for Jacksonville. Isaac Suarez Mosley making his way off. Hamilton quickly in for Kennedy. Bates now 4-3 off the rim. Hamilton trying to get the rebound. It's going to go out off of Jacksonville.
Hudson set to inbound. Jackson May going to inbound for the Hornets. Going to be guarded by Bates. Hamilton forces the turnover, knocks it out. Farrell trying to collect it, and it gets out of bounds. So 3:22 remaining here in regulation. Jacksonville down by 8, 51-43 against Hudson. Trying to cut into this deficit. Ben Bolton with the ball for Jacksonville now. Hamilton back to Bolton, corner three is up, rims out, rebound Weeks. Farrell back to Weeks. Back to Farrell. Hard foul from Bates.
That is number 5, Jabari Kennedy, his 5th personal for 14 by number 5. Checking back in for the Indians.
That'll be Jabari Kennedy's 5th personal foul, so he's done for the night.
Also the 5th team foul for Jacksonville. So for the remainder of regulation, Hudson's going to go to the line with each Jacksonville foul.
Cooper Weeks to the line, shooting 2. First one off the rim, no good. Second free throw, no good. Rebound goes to Hudson. Cooper Weeks trying to get it back in, not able to do so. Jaden Castle loses a handle on it. Now Greer from the corner, 4-3. That one off the rim, no good. Isaiah Hamilton quickly down the floor the other way, finds Bates. Now back to Hamilton, working against May. Brendan Richards finds Bolton. Now inside for Castle, puts up the shot off the glass. Rebound Hudson. Weeks finds Greer. Greer going to be picked up by Jaden Castle. Greer now going to his right. Brendan Richards breaks up the pass. Bates lays it in on the other end.
Great finish from Abdul Bates. Makes this a 6-point game with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in regulation.
You know, we talked at halftime who was going to come out and have the hot hand. So far, it's been Abdul Bates. He's got 15 points here in the second half. I'm not sure that he had any at halftime.
Big night for Abdul Bates. .208 remaining here in the fourth. Jacksonville down 6. Hudson inbounding. It's going to be Jackson May. Head coach Cody Schmidt getting his guys amped up for this defensive possession. Farrell to May. I think they granted the timeout.
They did. I don't know how.
That was,
oh my goodness.
Bang, bang. That was very close. We are set to come out of this timeout. Jacksonville down 6. And just under 2 minutes left here in the fourth. 1:56 to be exact. Jacksonville down 6, and Hudson inbounding. Jackson May inbounding for the Hornets. Hamilton on defense for Jacksonville. Greer with the ball for Hudson. Greer gets it to Weeks. Ben Bolton on defense. Now Suarez on defense for Jacksonville. And Farrell with the ball.
Foul going to go against Isaac Suarez Mosley. That will send Kent Farrell to the line, shooting 2. That is Isaac Suarez Mosley's 3rd personal foul.
First is up, no good. Jaden Castle checks in for Isaac Suarez. Farrell's 2nd shot forthcoming. It's up and good. Castle set to inbound, gets it to Hamilton. 7-point game, 90 seconds remaining here in the 4th period. Hamilton can't keep it. 1:27 now on the clock as Jacksonville will inbound.
Richards set to inbound for the Indians. Quickly gets this one in to Hamilton. Under a minute and a half remaining here in the 4th. Ben Bolton now with the ball for the Indians, guarded by Landon Greer. Physical defending there from Greer. Now Kent Farrell going to lay this one in on the other end. Bates quickly gets it in for Hamilton. Now Ben Bolton for 3. Off the rim, no good.
Under a minute remaining here in the 4th. 9-point game.
Greer gets tied up by Bates. Foul called. That'll send Landon Greer to the line. First one from Greer up and in.
And number 3, and for the Hornets is number 2, Tanning Howard.
Jordan Dorsey checks in for Jacksonville. Jace Meza checks in for Jacksonville. Second one from Landon Greer, good as well. Hamilton down the floor, gonna hand this one off for Meza. Tied up, loses a handle on it. Channing Howard gets the steal. Ben Bolton going to be called for the foul, and that will be his 5th personal foul. And we'll send Cooper Weeks to the line, shooting 2.
.3 remaining here in the 4th period. Jacksonville down 11.
First one from Weeks up and in. Cooper Weeks knocks down both free throws. Hamilton up the floor for Jacksonville. Get this one over to Bates. Bates now to Mosley. As far as Mosley pulls up for the shot, that one off the rim. Rebound, Howitt. Weeks now down the floor for Greer. 15 seconds remaining. Abdul Bates going to be called for the foul.
Foul is on number 4, Abdul Bates, his 5th personal.
I believe that is Abdul Bates' 5th personal foul as well. It's his 4th. They had it wrong at the scorer's table. First free throw from Greer up and in. Second free throw from Greer, good as well. Hamilton bringing the ball down the floor for the Indians. Going to be fouled by Greer.
Foul is on number 11, Landon Greer, his first personal, fourth quarter 2002.
Suarez Mosley 4-3 off the rim. Meza trying to come down with a rebound, and that will do it at the end of the fourth. 60-45, your final. Hudson defeating Jacksonville.
Yeah, that fourth period, Jacksonville just, they just couldn't find the offense that they needed. They kept it close through every single period, playing really great defense through 3 quarters. And then that fourth, they just couldn't find the complementary offense that we kind of talked about all night long. Like leading into that fourth period, we talked about how that defense really kept them close. And if they could just find, an offensive spark in that fourth period, they maybe would have come out with, the outcome that they wanted. However, not quite there tonight. Played a really good Hudson team really, really closely all night long, especially on the defensive end. Commend this Jacksonville team for the effort they put in. Not a lot of easy offense for Hudson tonight. And this is a team that came into tonight undefeated, won district last year, 29-6 last year overall. So a really, really strong program here in Hudson. And Jacksonville played them extremely well tonight. Can't say enough about the defensive performance, and just going forward, if Jacksonville can keep that side of the ball as strong as it was tonight and just find some offense and build on that throughout the year, by the time we roll into, the kind of the end of the season this year, as this team gets more and more experience, if they can find that offense and build on it, this is going to be a really formidable team as we get later into the season, because the defense is already there. The defense is suffocating when they're on, and the effort is there. If they can just find some scoring options and build on those and find some consistent points as we go further into the calendar, this is a team that I think may surprise some people with all the turnover they've had, both coaching and personnel, and with the players on the court. I think this is a team that could surprise some opponents as they start building on the offensive end.
Yeah, final point totals for tonight: Isaiah Hamilton with 10, Jace Meza with 3, Abdul Bates with 15, Jabari Kennedy with 2, Ben Bolton with 9, Jaden Castle with 4 for Hudson. Kent Farrell had 14, Cooper Weeks with 20, Landon Greer with 21, Riley Vicknair with 3, and Jackson May with 2. Jacksonville played some really good defense tonight, but they've got to be able to limit the fouls. I mean, we had, I think, 3 players foul out. Hudson had 29 free throws tonight that they made. You look at the score there, it's a 15-point game. They had 29 of those from the free throw line. You got to be able to play smart and clean defense as well. And, your fouls are going to happen. That's just part of the game, but just too many tonight.
Absolutely. And like you said, that's going to happen. And you got to balance that with the amount of effort they were putting out on defense. It was a physical game all night long, and Jacksonville's defense was effective. But you're right. If your defense is really good, but you're sending them to the line 30 times and they're hitting those shots, then it's maybe not as effective as it looks just watching the game. But overall, really good effort from Jacksonville tonight. You got to like what you see from a young team. You're looking for things to build on, and there were certainly a lot of those here tonight.
Yeah, and we were 6 for 9 from the line. Hudson did a really good job playing smart defense as well. We did not go to the line for shooting fouls very often. Some of those, may should have gone one way or another that maybe didn't get called, that maybe we should have gone to the line for. But, at the end of the day, we went to the line 9 times. We made 6 of them. which is, better than we've had in years past where we were shooting 20 or 25% from the line. So, you can take that away as a positive, but if you're going to give up that many on defense, you've got to earn some on offense as well.
For sure. And that all just kind of wraps into that conversation about, finding offense from somewhere. And that can be from the free throw line. If you're getting to the basket and you're getting fouled and that's sending you to the line and you're hitting those shots, that can be a big part of your offense.
Was tonight for Hudson.
It was, for sure. And if we can see that for Jacksonville going forward, maybe that's where they kind of get some of those points on the board that they needed tonight. So thank you for joining us on JISD Live. On behalf of Ryan Travis and the students in the JISD Live student broadcast program, I'm Lee Traylor. Have a great evening. And once again, thanks for joining us on JISD Live.